So my name is Antoine. I am 25 years old. I am French, a mechanical engineer and Ph.D. student in Madrid.
So the first real question is, when you hear the term public value, what are the first three things that come to your mind?
So to me, public value is the concept of doing common good or public good. So it includes civism, ethics, and charity. Like defining my personal health being is fine and healthy, and what I need for it. First will be basic needs, so which include food, house, and health.
Mm-hmm.
Also liberties and like connection to relatives, which is friends and family, like social interaction, like generally speaking, having like close relatives and yeah. So for a larger group as a community, I feel like the basic needs are mandatory. So having food, health, and health, and also freedom, social integration, because social interaction makes the links between within the community and the cohesion, and also security, because as a community, we have to feel safe in the society. I also think basic needs are mandatory for a well-being. So food, house, health, freedom, and even more social integration to prevent all type of phobias like xenophobia, racism, and stuff. And also security for all the minorities. So regarding the current political improvements, I feel like France is more and more considering minorities regarding history. So I feel like all the community needs for well-being will be fulfilled in 50 years.
Which measures do you think we have to adopt, national-wise?
The protection of the minorities and social equality and all those basic needs and freedom and education. I think on a global level, the education is the key. I feel like with an educated population, all the requirements for well-being as basic needs, liberty, and social acceptation, also security will be fulfilled. I feel like being open-minded is a precondition for inclusiveness. Accepting social different cultures and differences and different way to think is a mandatory element for inclusiveness on a global level.
And what is the worst future scenario that you can think of?
So to me, the worst scenario will be rise of conservatism, which would be actually the inverse of progressivism and actually not consider all the care we give to minorities and the rejection of minorities.
And what would be an ideal scenario now?
So an ideal scenario will be social inclusion for everyone, being safe in the society for everyone, and being able to live as you are for everyone. So social inclusion. So a way to achieve it is mass education for people to be more open-minded, to fight against hate speech and protecting the minorities. I feel currently the role of youth is to design the future world because we will be the next leaders regarding the context we know now, like the economical context, the social context, and ecological conditions. And also, we have to teach the older generation to the current changes. The direct players on the war scene are the politicians because they have full power. We can see it right now with like the coronavirus outbreak. They just send everyone home just by some words. And another level, as an individual, we all have power, but as a mass, as a group. The civil society, its role is to set the laws to protect the individuals and the communities. Next year, I think I'll still be studying in Madrid in my PhD program, and what I will need to get there is to keep working.
Good. Do you feel listened to by politicians, for example,
By politician,
or companies, or who, like the main actors?
I feel like a scientist in my field, I could be listened to. But if I was trying to make some changes on the national political level, I couldn't be listened to. It depends on your place in society. I feel like I'm quite close to Africa because I have family in Madagascar, and I feel like the education level there is pretty lame. They don't have decent democracy system, and I feel like their main preoccupation is to fulfill their basic requirements like having a home, having food, and health. So the preoccupation is just having a decent job and live decently. So they don't have preoccupation on more global responsibilities like ecology or politics or anything. I expect for this generation to take part in the changes we need at all of our different levels. As I said, I can't have like a huge impact on French national politics because it's not my field, but I can have an impact on science. I can have impact on because I'm a scientist, and I feel like we can have all impact in our level. And the key is still education, so we have to keep on the long term educating people, not only the youth but also the older generations.